What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So as you all know, today is indeed Wednesday, which means a new summit is now live here in Motorfest, and with that is the last summit until Season 6, which is honestly pretty insane. But for this one, though, the full battery showdown is getting us the Rimac Nevera Time Attack Edition. Funny thing is, I wouldn't say that car is going to be insanely special, although it is going to look pretty dope. It is basically going to be special by the fact that it has colored rims. Besides that, though, you can almost get the exact same looking livery on it. We're then going to have the prismatic green smoke there, which I'm pretty sure is going to be new, I think. We're then going to have 200,000 bucks and then 5,000 spare parts. But looking at the summit, guys, I'm sure you probably guessed it. Every regular event in this is going to be with an electric vehicle. Then we're going to have a low altitude, a bullseye, and a slalom. So first things first, here is the slalom. Is probably going to be very straightforward. Legit, any vehicle of your choice. It can legitimately be anything. You do not have to use a regular Alpha GP vehicle. I used a Rally Raid, threw on a score breaker, and got 157,000 points without even trying. Legit. So I would recommend using any of your sets and then basically jumping into it. We're then going to have a bullseye. For this, you're going to start on the ground, then you get into a plane. You can then go back into a vehicle if you want, but for me, though, I started off in my Rally Raid vehicle, switched to the Slick, and basically ran that the rest of the entire event. The only issue, though, is if you are running this at the end on the road, then yeah, you're probably going to have to look out for traffic. The last one here, though, is going to be a low altitude, very straightforward again. I did end up using these Slick guys, and of course, I also used a score breaker. For this, though, the funniest part is you legit spawn in. I went right down to the ground or so. It's basically right in the beginning on like the off-road area. Pretty much head there, then go right to the street. Follow that until you basically run out of time. It's super easy. No, you do not have to fly upside down. I legit did this first try, guys. 157,000 points. To be honest, I would say many of the skills this week are insanely brainless. But besides that, though, we're then going to have the first event here is Hypercar Loaned. This is where you're going to be able to drive the Rimac. I do admit this car feels great. I am excited to try this thing out. It really does feel nice. It seems quick, and I'm looking forward to doing some testing with it overall. But I gotta admit, the overall look of this vehicle, I feel like it could have been better. Maybe something more could have been put into it, but overall, though, the big thing is, though, there's going to be a lot of turns in this race, and I would say you're really going to get insanely familiar with this vehicle. Besides that, though, the next race is Dynamo. For this, you have to use an electric car in the hypercar category, which you're probably going to notice that everybody's using the Rimac. Can't really blame him. This car really is going to be great, guys. Easily probably one of the better options. And when I looked at that, I'm like, well, I was seeing a few people run the Mercedes-Benz Vision. Let me try it. I ran this with no pro settings. Legit a third run on this one. 2 minutes and 25 seconds. I could probably improve a bit. I was braking later. But I'm like, nah, man, I ain't going to go back into this. 134,000 is good. You know what I mean? But overall, though, I would recommend trying out the Mercedes. The Rimac is easily the best car, though. And I might be pronouncing that right. I might not be. Either way, though, that's most likely going to be the best option. But try out the Silver Arrow. I think it's kind of decent. We're then going to have the Hypercar race in the Lotus Evija, guys. For this one, I did end up using the regular Evija. You can use the Pure Edition if you want, which I'm going to come out and say the Pure Edition felt better to me with no pro settings on it, whereas I really had to fight the regular Evija on this one so I could probably get a better score. But keep in mind, though, guys, on this race specifically here on the top right of the entire summit, there is going to be some cuts in this one. I wanted to do them because Ubisoft makes it way too easy to do them. I gotta admit that. Like, you would think the easiest way to fix this is to literally add, like, basically a couple of extra checkpoints on the other side of the turns. That way you can't legit grab the one checkpoint, jump down the mountain, grab the other one, and then basically skip every single turn. The reason why I did want to show that in this race is insanely easy to do, and if you're not going to do that, you're most likely going to lose 10 to 15 plus seconds. I would honestly recommend doing it because they really do make it so easy to do in these races. Kind of odd how they put in the checkpoints into there, but we're then going to have another hypercar race, which is going to be electric. Again, guys, this is going to be a very short event. I use the Mercedes-Benz Vision again. Try this thing out. I feel like it's going to be great. Looking at the leaderboard, seeing other people use this car make me so dang happy. The only thing I can recommend, though, is with some of these electric cars, it's very easy to go quick and then most likely brake a tad later, which is definitely going to make you slower. Ask me how I know. We're then going to have 3000 here, which is going to be the Lamborghini Terzo. This car is going to be fairly decent. Like, I like it, but I don't like it. Again, I'm not running any pro settings on my vehicles, so maybe that has something to do with it. But I would say the Lamborghini Terzo is probably going to be fairly decent. Although if I had to pick an electric car, I admit this is not going to be the one. It is going to corner very well. It does feel very stable, but at the same time, it's kind of wonky at times. Like, I don't really know how to explain it. Like, I like this car. I don't like it. I would say with no pro settings, though, it seems pretty dang good. The final event here, though, is going to be Hypercar again, which is not surprising because all 6 of the events are Hypercar. But this is going to be with the UK category. For this, you can once again use the Pure Edition or the regular Lotus. Guess what I did? I wanted more paint, so I used the regular Lotus. Again, guys, I would recommend trying out the Pure. I definitely think it is better. But for the Evija, though, this race is going to be in the rain, so you can easily slide out and stuff. I was noticing with no pro settings, I was pretty much spending half my time fighting the vehicle because for some odd reason it kind of liked to slide a bit if you went off-road or like a few tires went off-road, the car would like want to fight you and slide out and stuff. And again, it's going to be raining, so that's not going to help. Do be careful on that, though, and I definitely feel like the Pure Edition is better. Overall, though, this was going to be a decently fun summit. I feel like players might like it. They also might not like the fact that it's going to be fully electric vehicles, but hey, that's kind of going to be the theme of the entire summit. I do also admit, though, I think the Nevera's Time Attack is going to be a pretty dope vehicle. I just feel like some of these summit cars really need a better design or really make them more unique. That way you're probably not going to have your car look similar. Here, let me go to Hypercar real quick before we show the summit footage here. Let me go, where's my car at? Where's my car at? Let me just go Hypercar because I'm probably going to be here way too long if I don't. Let me go all the way down. Let me go all, okay, here we go. Check this out, guys. I know it doesn't look the same. I was already seeing liveries that pretty much match. You can get it very close by changing some of the bumpers on it and stuff. So yeah, like you could probably get the car very close to that one. It's not going to match it because we can't paint the rims. Stay tuned for the video on this. By the way, once I get this vehicle, definitely going to be talking about that because I think I discovered something. But yeah, I do feel like that's kind of the funny part about this vehicle. Overall, though, guys, if you have any questions at all, do let me know in the comments below. Let's jump right into this one.